Previously on Kerbal Space Program. Okay, please live, Jeb. Please live. Please live. And now the thrilling conclusion. Hey guys, this is Rocket Man Dan. Welcome to episode 10 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program on PS4. Now, whilst Jeb's convalescing in hospital and Werner von Kerman has figured out that a rocket-powered enema doesn't quite cure two broken legs, we're going to have to go unmanned for the next mission. We're going to say Jeb's out of commission. So to do that, we're going to pop into the R&D department and unlock a different probe core. Got plenty of science from that mission to do now. And I just wanted to unlock this one here. You get the Octo 2, which is where? Just there. Probodobodyne Octo 2. It's got a few more maneuver nodes we can hold to. So we'll unlock that. Okay, we've got a rescue mission around Minmus planned, so let's pop into the VAB. Okay, right, I've got an idea for a craft. For a rescue craft, so to speak. So I think there's something up with my controller as well. It seems to want to drift to the left a bit, and not want to drift to the right, if you see. It's really struggling, so may have to get a new one of those soon. Okay then, we need probes to start off with. Let's sort by size. And I don't want to use Octo 2 just yet. I want to use this one here, the Probodobodyne Hex, because I want to try and keep this part count down as much as I can, but I think it's going to be a big one, so let's get that. I'm going to put a satellite in orbit of Minmus as well, in a polar orbit, because I want my rescue ship to have signal, obviously. So let's just try for a fuel tank now. Just one of these little Oscar Bs. This is going to get carried there by the main craft, and we'll put one of these on it, a spark engine, just like that, and it'll need comms as well. Oh, there we go. Come on. Perfect. Solar panels are next, because it'll need those. That's not electrical at all. That's electrical. Just there. Let's turn on snap and turn on symmetry. I'm going to give it a couple of these. Just like that. And I'll just go into actions and set those to custom action 1, which will help make things a little bit easier, won't it? Let's go for a decoupler now, and we'll go for the, where is it? Yeah, TD6 I think that was called. There we go, and we'll set those to stage at the same time. Okay, now what next? I think we'll go for the Octo 2, and what else will we need? We'll need a battery for that. Actually, we don't. Do we need a battery for that one? Yeah, we need a battery for that one. We'll need a battery for this one as well. Let's just turn off that symmetry just there. And now, let's think. Let's go to structural and get one of these. And now I want a reaction wheel as well. That's why I went for the hex on the top part, just so I didn't have to put a reaction wheel on it, because it's got its own little reaction wheel in there. But on this one, I want to put a real reaction wheel on it, so it'll be a bit bigger of a craft. And now let's sort out a fairing for that top section, just so it doesn't get broken by the wind. If it'll do it, there we go. So up, just there, and let's try and, no, let's place a cross section if we can. That'd be nice, just there like that. There we go. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, now what do we want? Now I want to go into structural again, and I'm going to make it this size. I forget what it's 3.5 meter. No, it's not 3.5. It's 2.5, isn't it? Yeah. So let's go for fuel tanks, and we'll go for the Rockomax X232 fuel tank. really struggling to go over to the right. Now, I've got kind of a crazy idea for this next bit. So we're getting a little bit of funds, but surely an easier way to get funds is just to milk a little bit from the rescue missions, especially around Minmus. It's quite easy to rescue around Minmus. So I'm going to put a decoupler there, and where is it? One of these small fuel tanks. Just one of these, like this. Put it on the decoupler though. Is it on? Come on. There we go, just like that. And now I'm going to have to build this upside down, really. So what do I want? So, okay then. We've got to build this backwards, haven't we? So, coupling then. Where's the TD12? TD12. So, put a decoupler there. Now a heat shield, the 1.25 meter one, just like that. But I suppose we don't need that much, about 100 will do. Now a pod on top of that. Let's go for the Mark 1 command pod. Perfect. And these will need their own pods as well, so because these are all going to be unmanned. So we'll have the Octo 2 on that as well. Small parachute, just one solar panel, I think, should be plenty. It'll need its own antenna, just there, I think. Yeah, just like that. Okay, it'll also need some of the thruster blocks for manoeuvring to its target destination, usually a rescue pod. Never know, could use it as a pickup pod, you know. Maybe strand someone there on purpose. I'm sure it'd have enough Delta V to do a Minmus landing anyway. What else could this possibly... you know what, it's going to be super dark when I upload this to YouTube, so if I just give it one of these. No, not that way. Not that way. Okay, I need... That's the way to do it. Okay, let's just rotate that a little bit as well. Come on. Just like that, that's perfect. And actually, let's just put some of those up here as well. If I can ever figure out the way. Actually reset them to the normal way to do it. Just like that. Yeah, 4 of those, that's perfect. And this is really going to up the part count now. So we've got an engine on it. Got that heat shield, decoupler, that fairing. Well, that seems about right. I don't like how it's sat on that though. I'm just going to move that out a little bit if I can. So that's not the right way, so it's down. Yeah, that's actually quite fine, just like that. Okay, let's do this to times 8 symmetry, but just before I do that, I want to custom action 10. I'm going to toggle this antenna and toggle this solar panel, and then it'll be replicated for when I do it to all of them. So copy. Okay, something went wrong. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're definitely struggling. Right, so copy wasn't the right thing to do. Right, so we'll get rid of those. We'll take the full thing off and now put it back on. Can tell even the frame rate's dropped in the VAB. Put it down just a little bit, I think, and over a bit. Come on, just there like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Now we've got 8 little rescue pods all around Minmus. Why is the centre of mass overlay on? Okay. What next? Let's put some solar panels on the craft itself, because we don't want to open the solar panels on the pods because they'll just all hit into each other. So, okay, turn that down to there. And actually we want 2 of those, don't we? So put that on. No, don't copy these ones. What I could do to save myself a little bit of bother would be to copy these ones. Turn symmetry on again. And I'm saying about there-ish. Yeah, so they'll open when I press number 1 as well. And we also need an antenna. One of these should do. They're all relay antennas, you see, so they can all bounce signal off each other. That should help a little bit. About there, I think. But this part counter's gotten quite big. And this is basically what's going into space, so I may have to fast forward through the launch because it may just take too long. So toggle antenna. What part count are we actually at right now? So you're already at 142 parts. Yeah, that's this PS4 is definitely going to struggle with that. Engines, where can we go? Poodle. Yeah, there it is, the poodle. Okay, let's just try and sort that staging out just a little bit. Okay, that's not what I grabbed. Where is it? Just here. There we go. Okay, now a decoupler of some sort. TD25 for this size? Yeah, TD25. There we go, and just drag that decoupler into there. You know what? I'll sort all the staging out before I launch it. I probably won't record it, but I'll just sort all the staging out and make sure to auto strut everything that I want to auto strut. Save me having to record it and save you having to watch it all. A little bit monotonous. Some fuel tanks, right? What'll get this off the ground? Let's go for the 64. Actually, let's go for 2 of those. And give it a mammoth. Is it called a mammoth? No, mainsail. Why did it say a mammoth? That's the one with the 4 vectors on, isn't it? Okay, yeah, I'll sort the staging out afterwards. Coupling, yeah, let's go for 2 of these. Obviously, not just going to put it on one side. Fuel tanks. Rocco Max. Are they on? Yeah, they're on. I suppose we better move those over. And all the way down, please. Just there, yeah, that's fine. I've still got that keyboard hooked up, by the way. Really does help. If anybody's on Xbox One, if you'd like to leave in the comments telling me if it works for your console. Because I'm not entirely sure on that because I don't own an Xbox One. So that would be nice to know. And I could maybe stop suggesting this if it doesn't work for Xbox One players. Let's put some command and control. No, where is it? Fuel tanks, just there. We get some external fuel ducts. Come on, just there, perfect. There we go. And now some of these, my favourite, AVR8 winglets. And that's especially where the keyboard's useful. Just there. Okay, they look fine. Now let's drag all these engines into one. I think, apart from sorting out the staging and auto strutting everything, so it's going to cost 111,000 for the first launch. Well, that's the only launch you've got to do then. So any rescue mission you've got around Minmus is, well, basically free then. It's just free money. Just rendezvous, capture, and that's it. Okay, I'm going to sort out staging, auto strut things. I'll see you on the launch pad. Okay, on the launch pad now. As you can see, the frame rate's a little choppy. We'll give it a launch and see, and then if it's too bad, I shall speed things up in post, and you probably won't hear me talking. But let's just sort this delta V out so we can see what our current thruster weight is. 1.31, that's not bad. I probably should have checked that in the VAB. But okay, then SAS is on. Thruster weight is being shown. Let's launch. Yeah, okay then. This thruster weight's bad. I'm gonna speed this up. Okay. Right, we're finally orbital. Believe me, don't believe that mission counter in the bottom left. Just say it wasn't 5 minutes 30 seconds. I'll leave a timestamp how long it actually took to get into orbit. But let me just tell you, the frame rate really tanked on this. Let's see what part count we're actually left with. 143, which for a PS4 is, you know, is pushing it to the limit a little bit there. Okay, so let's get to Minmus. Best way to do that is plan a maneuver, as we all know by now. So let's... where is Minmus actually? Hopefully we haven't got the correct inclination, should I say. So set as target somewhere about where I am-ish. So say about there. Let's see what happens if I give it about 950 prograde. Hopefully the moon won't get in the way there. Oh, it did just a little bit. Let's just give it a bit more prograde. I think back a little bit's the way to go. Okay, now what's that looking like here? See, I'm coming right under it. Let's give it a little bit of retrograde. Come on, there we go. Just a touch. Just like that. And I think if I do that maneuver and do a mid-course correction, I can get an intercept with Minmus. So let's turn on round to that maneuver. That's a 2-minute 3 maneuver. Okay, that's fair enough. So minute before, that's luckily where it stops me when I press warp to maneuver. Be a little bit out, but this isn't really a precise maneuver anyway. So rolled on over and warp to next maneuver. Here we go, best start the burn pretty much now-ish. Come on, I've pressed up, there we go. Start the burn just about there, and then we can do a nice mid-course correction when we get there. But it's not shy about turning, because obviously each one of those pods, there's 8 pods, they've all got reaction wheels in. And we've got that big reaction wheel up top, and I suppose the little one in the Probodobodyne hex. So, you know, there's a total of what? 8, 9, 10 reaction wheels on this, if you think about it. So turning is not actually a problem. It'd be nice to be able to lock to maneuver, seeing as how Jeb can do that, but you know, can't have everything. Let's try and physics warp just a little touch. Whilst oh, I forgot I have to press Alt and that key just there. There we go. Let's physics warp this a little bit. 2-minute burn can feel quite long. Yeah, there we go. Just try and stay on that maneuver best I can, and no. Gotta turn that physics warp off just a little bit, just whilst I do this. How long's left on the burn? 50 seconds. Let's just try and stay on that maneuver first, and now we can physics warp again. There we go. Won't be too long till it's finished. Come on. Looks like I may have planned this just right on the amount of delta V we'll need. Okay, we're drifting off the manoeuvre. Okay, a little bit too far. We've probably gone out of the system. So what I'm going to do is just flip retrograde. See, turns on a dime, this thing. Let's go into there, and yeah, we have come out of the system. So let's just give it a little touch of retrograde, and that'll bring it back down to orbital velocity. Just there, see, it's not much in the difference. Okay, about there I'm saying. And now if I plan a manoeuvre roughly here-ish. There we go, yeah. Add manoeuvre. Oh, actually I should have... no, I'll focus on that after. Let's give it a little bit of up. A bit of normal. Oh, see, look, yeah, there we go. So it's just a little touch of normal. Let's focus on minmus. And now open the manoeuvre up again. This doesn't have to be too precise, obviously. But just give it a little bit of normal. Come on. And that's a retrograde orbit. I believe if we just give it a... do you reckon a touch of retrograde? Yeah, a very small touch of retrograde. What's the peri on that? Oh, yeah, that's about fine. I want it to be, you know, somewhere about 50,000-ish. Because I want it to be a pretty high orbit of minmus. So that it's quite easy to rendezvous, because obviously we'll be going slower around minmus. Usually rescue things around minmus like this one here. That's orbiting it what? That's 7,000. Really? Let's have a see. Yeah, 7,874 metres above the surface. That's, you know, real low. But he'll be going a lot faster, or she. They'll be going a lot faster than us. So we can just take our time at planning our manoeuvres to intercept. Okay, well I'm not going to get this spot on anyway, so that was a normal burn. So it's just face normal. Okay. I'm going to give it a small F5 there, because that's quite helpful with the keyboard as well. I don't sell keyboards, by the way. You'd think I would with the amount of time I'm saying they're so handy, but they really are. They're just so useful. I'm just going to give it a quick time warp. Just step it up a little bit, because we know what happens when you try and rush these things too far. Everything jumps out of whack. Looks like we've still got a strong signal back to Kerbal. Okay, so we're just going to give it a pretty big burn, and then we're going to slow it right down come the end of the burn. Not even locking to manoeuvre there. There we go. And now I'm just going to face basically retrograde. I should have just held to the manoeuvre, but this way is a little bit faster. Okay, let's actually point towards a manoeuvre and see if that helps us a little bit. Oh, right over here, is it? Okay, then that's fair enough. Let's just go there and trickle that through. See if that makes a bit of a difference. Okay, just slow it down ever so gently. What's our APO at that rate then? 65. Okay, I think we can get just a little bit closer if we try. Okay, I've lost everything. 52, that'll do. Perfect. Now, obviously, we won't be in a... we'll be in a very inclined orbit. But that's fine. The orbital velocity around minmus is quite small, so that's fine. Let's just plan a manoeuvre at peri, shall we? Come on. And there we go, add manoeuvre. The PS4 has been really slow, let me tell you that much. Small part counts, the better. I didn't have nowhere near this much trouble when I did my 8 parts to doing a video. That thing just got there and back, no trouble whatsoever. Well, only 8 parts to process for. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a little link just there popping up. Okay, let's just lock to retrograde. Okay, there it is. We've got 749 meters a second, which is still plenty. We've probably got enough to, you know, get this orbital of Minmus. It'd definitely have enough to land on Minmus. Probably even have even more Delta V once all these pods have been detached. You know, I don't know what I could do with it. Maybe land it on the Mun. Who knows? I don't know what's going to be left over afterwards. Let's actually just fast forward. So just step it up again, just bit by bit, because it really doesn't like it when you jump too fast. So go there and warp to next maneuver. There we go. Nicely around Minmus. Nice little green blob that it is. Let's just have a see. How long? Nodes in 47 seconds, so 10 seconds before, 10 seconds after, roughly speaking. Okay, about now-ish. Come on. There we go. Burn those engines full whack. We've got quite a high thruster weight, 18.20. Well, it was, as I was saying that. Yeah, these Poodle engines are quite good, quite efficient as well. Not as good as the Wolfhound, but, you know, next best, I suppose, especially for this size. I love the new variant of it as well, with its twin nozzles. Let's just look in the map screen. Perfect. Right, and now I suppose we can detach the satellite, and I'm going to put that in a polar orbit. I suppose when I reach my Apo, that'd probably be the best place to do it. So let's detach now then. Let's give it a quick F5 in case something goes wrong. Okay, let's undock that second stage, shall we? There we go, the satellite's finally free of the mothership, which is looking quite good if I do say so myself. Let's turn on stability assist and point normal. Okay, so let's... oh, we're nearly at the Apo. Let's just fast forward to the Apo. About here. There we go. Yeah, we're free and clear. Let's burn anti-normal. About there. Come on, not far. There's about polar. Yeah, okay. So we're nearly at the Peri now. Let's face prograde. And just warp there. I'm just going to do this all by eye. Because why not? Okay. Oh, I see. What? We was going in a different direction. That's why. Okay, yeah, we'll go all the way around. That's fine. We're in no rush. Only somebody trying to be rescued here. Let's give this a nice big prograde burn. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, too far. Let's go touch of retrograde. We don't want to do that. There we go. And now we'll face prograde again. Okay, and go to our apoapsis, whichever way around that may be. But hopefully this should mean that that we get decent signal coverage for all those probe ships. Okay, a little bit too far again. Maybe I should have practiced this, who knows? There we go, that'll do. It's not exactly circular, but maybe if I went to the Apo again, warp there, and face prograde as well. Maybe we could make this a little bit more circular. There we go. That's it, that's looking a lot better. Okay, let's switch to our probe ship, Minmus Rescue Pods. Switch to. Okay. Time to test this baby out. Oh, I see Kerbal just there. Let's face prograde. There we are. And I don't know which one of these pods is going to release, so let's look at it from this angle. and we'll press stage after we've done another quick save. There we go, let's stage. Okay, that didn't work, let's stage again. That one there, there we go, let's switch to that pod and open everything up. There we go. Yeah, that's not looking too bad, and the frame rate should hopefully get a little bit better now. And we've got basically full control. So let's plan a maneuver. Actually, let's set this as target. So set as target. We'll get to our descending node, is it? So if that's the descending, we need to burn normal. So we'll do that and warp here. Okay, gone a little bit past it, but that's fine. We can just try and sort out that inclination we've got there. 0.2, that'll have to do. Okay, so I want to plan it so it's on the light side, just so you can see something. So, say if I plan a maneuver here, and I go a little touch of retrograde, I realise I'm being a crazy man with the camera there. Try and keep it a bit more still. Okay, so about there, and now we're going to skip orbits. Nope, that cancelled the maneuver. Great. Really need a new controller. Okay, so add maneuver, retrograde, a little bit more, about there-ish, I'd say. No, come on, just a little bit more, just there. Okay, so let's skip maneuvers. There we go. That's another advantage of being in a high orbit. When we come to fast forward, it'll actually fast forward at a decent time. So now if we just move this maneuver around, we'll try and get a closer encounter. Okay, 0.1, that's good enough for me. And that'll be a retrograde burn. Come on, there we go, retrograde. That's in 1 day, 3 hours though. So I'm just going to fast forward until then. Okay, that was quite quick. Burn time 1 second. Let's see. Oh, we're on the dark side though, and it doesn't seem that we've got any EC. Have we? Yeah, we've got quite a lot of EC. Let's flicker those lights on. There we go. Can we turn that engine down by what, half? About there-ish, yeah. Oh great, a 3 second burn now. We really are spoiled, aren't we? Let's just speed that up just a touch. And hopefully we can get a decent encounter. There we go, just slow and steady. It's only a small burn. About 5 meters a second left. Okay, 0.5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's cancel that maneuver and see what this says. That's 1.3 kilometers away. Okay, 0.3. I'm happy with 0.3. Okay, yeah, engine can stay like that. You can't see anything. That is in how long? 33 minutes. So if I time up here 31 minutes. There we go. Oh, we can see his target just there. And let's turn that menu off. Just there, and we're going to be getting quite close to it soon. Let's change this to target, and we'll be burn retrograde to target soon. There we are. Not very far away at all, are we? Okay, let's just try and push that over just a little bit so we can get a tiny bit closer. 0.1, 0 kilometers, great. And fast forward again just a little bit to about a minute away, I'd say, but that's 17.5 meters per second. I don't know if we'll have to use any monoprop on this one. I know there isn't any monoprop tanks on this ship, but the command pod actually has 10, I think it's 10 units of monoprop, which is usually enough to dock, you know, to get a nice rendezvous around Minmus. Obviously the orbital velocity is so low. Okay, not far away now. Let's speed things up a little bit. Okay, I wish I could slow things down now. There we go. Face retrograde again. Not far away, 100 meters or so. And kill off that velocity. Okay, here's hoping for a new pilot. Switch to that cab. No, it's an engineer. Oh well, we can make use of an engineer. What's her name? Daphmal Kermin. Is it Daphmal Kermin? Yeah. Let's EVA Daphmal then. Let go. Headlamp on. RCS on. Okay. There we go. She's leveled out a bit now. Let's go down just a little bit. We're quite close to the surface, I believe. I'm not sure. We're 7,300 above the sea level. Come on. Grab. There we go. Board that. And now we have control. Okay, let's... why can't we lock to prograde? What's happened? Oh, because we're still locked to target. So delete that as our target. There we go. Now we can lock to prograde. Perfect. Actually, let's just give it a little bit of normal, a little burn, just so we don't accidentally collide with it. There we go. And she's all safe in a little pod. Okay, time to go home. Where's Kerbin? Just there. So we'll plan a manoeuvre here-ish. Give it a little bit of prograde. And see what we can come up with. Okay, we need to move that manoeuvre around. See what our Perry says. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1 million. Intercept with the Mun. Not very helpful. 14,000. Okay. That's not what I was looking for. There we go. We can change it like that though. That's great. 36,000. Yeah, I can live with that. That's only 180 meters per second. Yeah, this seems to have worked out rather well. We've got excess fuel. And we can just aero brake into a capture of Kerbin. Let's fast forward to that manoeuvre. Oh, it's actually quite nice around Minmus. There we go. Let's just give that another little fast forward. It's a 40-second burn. Oh, because I've got my engine turned down. Let's change. Come on, all the way, please. There we go. Now it's only a 18-second burn. So 9 seconds before, 9 seconds after. I'm actually rather pleased with how this mission's turning out. I really hope I don't live to regret those words. And I haven't done something major important. Start the burn there. I'm really happy with these little rescue pods, I might say. It's quite nice. Okay, we'll just stop it there and just have a see what's actually happening, because I can't lock to the manoeuvre, obviously. Here we go. I've got a Perry of 145 there. Just slowly bring that down to about 35-ish, I'm going to say. About a little bit more. There, 34 then. Okay, now I can fast forward to about here. There we go. 1.5 million kilometres above Kerbin, but we can soon sort that out. We've still got so much Delta V, I can't believe it. It's actually quite nice having excess. Let's just point normal. So when we detach, we detach in the right direction and we don't get this bottom section hitting us in the face, which is never pleasant. Ask anybody. I'll detach somewhere, I don't know, when I'm about 80, 75, somewhere like that. Well, hopefully I will anyway. Oh, actually best stop that. Okay, we're facing the right direction. Let's detach. And detach. Oh, no, don't switch. Actually, let's... Come on. Oh, SAS wasn't on. Let's point retrograde. Things was getting hot, obviously. As evidenced by that little section there. What actually blew up? It must have been the antenna on that section. Who is this again there? Oh, there we go. Right, the 5th of November. Wow. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I bet we've got plenty of ablator as well. Yeah, we've got so much. Let's fast forward a little bit. And hopefully we'll land somewhere decent, not on top of a mountain or something. Oh, I was wondering if that was going to open then. I really was. It was 200 metres above the surface. I was, you know, the old Gregory was going a bit then. Speed it up a little bit anyway, so we can get this new Kerbal back to her new job at the KSC, because she works for us now. Let's recover this vessel. Okay, well, did we earn 20 science from that? Not much, but you know, it's something. And we've got a new crew member, so that's always nice. And we've got all those pods around Minmus, so even better. Well, listen, guys, stay safe. Good luck on your missions. The end. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, maybe leave me a comment, that would be great. See you next time. Bye-bye.